record. Hi, flosstube.
Hi, flosstube. We're the Stitchin' Misfits.
So, what do we got on the agenda tonight, Annie?
We're going to do a normal floss yarn crafty tube. No martinis this time. We're still recovering from last weekend. So, new year, new us.
New tea.
Yes. We can talk about the tea we're drinking out of the Stitchin' Misfits cups with our lipstick on it. Yeah. But
Stitchin' Misfits.
I got this sample back at the beginning of fall. And it was like part of their little seasonal samplers or whatever. And it's funny, it says it's summer blends, but these are all like autumn themed to me. One of them's called Bonfire. That doesn't sound like summer to me.
One of them was called Bonfire?
Yeah, that sounds more like fall. But I guess it was like the change of season, so they come out with the next season, the season before. Kind of like fashion, I guess. Okay. So we tried this one, Autumn Mist Green. So, what do we have in Autumn Mist Green here? Gunpowder tea.
Which is good, in general. It's a green tea.
It's a green gunpowder tea. Apple pieces, cinnamon bark, rose hips, natural creme brulee flavor, marigold flowers, and rose petals. What do you think of this, Hanan?
It's weird.
It's weird. What mostly comes out to us is the creme brulee flavor, which tastes like burnt caramel.
It's kind of Rubio-y too, and I'm not a big fan
of
the
rooibos tea, the red teas.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently those are supposed to be better iced.
Really?
Yeah.
I hadn't tried that.
Yeah, I think we have to try it with rooibos iced, and I think it'll be there. I think Seth likes rooibos, don't you, dear? He's not going to respond because he doesn't want to hear us. But are you going to nod for me? He kind of likes it. He did this.
He doesn't want.
this.
He doesn't want his voice to be heard.
Yeah, because then the aliens and the Illuminati will come and get him. So,
AKA flosstube.
A flosstube, sorry. So yeah, we're not so sure about this tea, but we're going to drink it anyway. And that is the good reason why you get samples. Because I would not want
$2.
Or however much I spent for this.
Couple
bucks.
This one came in a pack. So
few bucks.
Maybe 5.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's a few bucks. And so, yeah, not quite sure about this bad boy.
Hogan's Heroes.
Oh, wait, there's a commercial for Hogan's Heroes on MeTV. We just finished, what did we finish watching?
Godzilla.
King of the Monsters. With Perry Mason. Raymond Burr was in it. I was hoping to see Paul Drake, because Paul Drake is kind of hot for an old guy, don't you think?
Mm.
Yeah.
We decided to be doing.
He can
not completely in the dark.
Privately investigate me anytime.
Yeah, he's kind of cute.
Yeah, he's kind of cute.
For an old guy.
For an old guy. Okay. So, do you want to start with your whips, or should I start with my whips? You're just going to drink this nasty tea, aren't you?
I'm drinking this nasty. You go ahead.
Okay. She's going to drink this, try and choke down this nasty tea, and I'm going to start. Well, I mean, there's I worked a little bit on Black Hat Society today, so, I mean, I can show that. It's not much progress from last weekend, but I have a little owl now at the top, and he's getting eyes, and I have a little bat. So that's coming along. I should be able to finish this up pretty quickly. Maybe tonight? I don't know. Depends on how distracted we get by Batman and Robin and Star Trek that are going to show up. So
don't forget you're getting up in the morning to go to
King's Spa. Yes.
With your sister.
Hopefully, if Holly doesn't... Yeah, one of my sisters says she has the flu, but she's like, I'll be okay to go tomorrow. I'm like, are you sure, Patient Zero? I don't know about that. So, I don't know. I might be going to the spa tomorrow, which I need it. It's January. I'm looking a little beat up right now.
I want to go. I planned to go. That was the plan. We were going to go last weekend, and then the weather got bad, and then, so we said this weekend, and then I got invited to a 1-year-old's birthday party. And I was there when she was born, so I kind of got to go. It was my first C-section that I ever, witnessed. That was kind of cool.
Alien babies?
Yeah.
Were they bust out?
She was evicted, literally.
Get the plunger.
Pulled out.
The plunger.
It was interesting, I have to say, so, you know.
That is good. So, I can show, we talked about this before, my tree skirt that I've been working on. I haven't worked on it in a few weeks, but I thought I would show it off at least. This is a pretty epically cabled tree skirt that I have been knitting. And this yarn, so it's a little over halfway done.
Yeah.
And so I'm using on the edge, this is Woolly's Thick and Quick Sparkly.
You can see the sparkles.
Has a little sparkle in it. And this is, it's like the Joann's version of Thick and Quick. I want to say it's called, I don't know, what was it called? Big Sky or something.
The Joann's one?
The Joann's brand.
Yeah, I think it was called Big Sky.
Big Sky, something.
Big something. Big
Yeah,
Twist.
Big Twist.
Big
There you go.
Twist.
It's the Big Twist, like their version of Thick and Quick, because I got it on sale for 50% off.
It's cozy. You just wear this cape.
And with this tree skirt requires like a lot of balls of this. I think like 10 is what I got, plus 2 of the border
Pretty.
one.
So how much do you have left?
I think I have about 5 sections left.
To bring it on around
to bring it around, and so you basically knit it in sections and you use short rows. So you can see my little Addy Turbo here. So you do short rows, so it kind of makes little wedges as you go, and so it's going to wrap around into a circular fashion. So it's over halfway done.
It's pretty nice.
And hopefully I will finish it. It's very squishy.
Hopefully she'll finish it by March.
Next Christmas. If I actually work on it full time, it could be finished pretty quickly. So
yeah,
but it's just a matter of January is my really busy month.
It needs
at
to
work.
go under our tree next year.
Yes, I was hoping to finish it this year, but that didn't happen.
Yeah,
other stuff happened. So yes, and it collects fuzz from around the house. We're a very fuzzy house with all these critters around here.
True.
So let's see. My next whips.
Whip it good.
Out. So I did finish one of the socks. Let me see if I have that. Do I have a socky? Yes. So these were supposed to be for my husband's sister-in-law, but I have tiny feet and she has bigger feet, so I did the next big size up. But to me, it's a little too big.
Doesn't it fit Seth?
It fits Seth though, so this is going to be for husband, and I cast on another sock for her in a smaller size, so that'll be good there. But I did, it's a whip, but it's technically I did finish one. So is that an FO, or is it still a whip? I'm bouncing here.
Is it an FO? It's finished object, but it's just
it's only half the whole project, so I don't know if that would qualify.
It's half finished.
It's half finished, so
you know, second sock syndrome.
Yeah.
I got first sock syndrome. Poor WB.
So those are my current whips. What are your current whips?
My current whips
are still.
My current whips are still this sad thing.
How's it sad?
Well, it's not sad. It's very happy. I kind of got bored with it. But
that happens sometimes.
I got the other house in. I started working on the thing. All I have left is the rest of the bow, the 2 angels and the star, and Santa and his reindeer. I can get it. If I just sat down and said, I'm only going to work on you today, I could get it done. And I need to just sit down
and do that. Yeah.
So, but there's other things to stitch. And so I started, this is my winter forest, but I'm changing my fabric because I don't like it. And because to me, the colors are just disappearing on this fabric. So I got a little bit darker fabric because to me, sorry.
Russell.
Yeah, Russell. I made a copy of the pattern for me because then I realized that the symbols are not on the chart. I mean, you know what I mean. The symbol code is not on the chart. So I just made a whole copy. Anyway, to me this seems like a night scene, not a daytime scene. I don't know why. It's just how I see it. So I got darker fabric. So that was my start, and there's see my little beach bum?
Yes, she's so cute.
The little beach bum.
With her little booty.
Little booty. So that was a start. But I'm now going to take this fabric off and start on a different fabric, which I did not bring, I don't think.
So it's a whip until she undoes it.
It's a whip until I undo it.
There you go. Works for me.
And then, because I am part of the Jane Austen Jane Austen read along, stitch along. And yeah.
Janae
Austen.
Janae Austen.
So this is Tea with Jane, and I did not bring the pattern for that. I thought that's what the Forest Snowfall was. Apparently it's stuck somewhere else. But that's how far I got. I still need to do the rest of the teapot.
You got some scissors back here.
Yeah, they're stuck to the. Yeah.
They're gonna stab me.
There's a little like fake girl in
a fake girl.
Well, you know, and a teapot and a tea cup on a saucer. So I've enjoyed working on that. I like to stitch words. I'm with Steph. I think stitching words is fun.
It works up quicker. It's kind of satisfying to see.
And okay, as far as knitting goes, another hat for my little man. Last night I couldn't sleep, so I worked on this until I worked on it, put it down, was looking up things on the interwebs, and then I picked this back up, and I put it down, and then I was on 1, 2, 3 stitch.
So why would you not be?
Yeah, I know. And then, anyway, and then I was looking at tutorials and other weird things.
Got lost in the internet, fell into a hole.
Yeah, and then I worked on this until about 4 o'clock in the morning. So yeah. And then
looks good though.
Because
awesome.
All right, sad story, and I don't think I ever showed you guys this, but I had cast on a hat for my husband and the blue hat that I did for my grandson. I finished the hat for my grandson. The hat I was working on for my husband, I apparently did not download the pattern because I can't find it anywhere in any of my drives, in any of my things, or anywhere. And it was a free one from Ravelry. I went back on Ravelry because it should be at the top of my viewed list, recently viewed list.
Yeah.
It wasn't there. I had the name of the pattern written down, so I typed it in. Either I wrote the name of the pattern down wrong. I can't find the pattern. So I had to rip out the hat.
It ghosted her.
It did. It ghosted me. So, but my husband, I knit him this hat a long time ago that he absolutely loves. His green hat.
Oh yeah, that was a really pretty one.
It's called
Looks great on him.
Yeah, it's called the Claudia hat. And he's like, "Can you make me another one in gray?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure," because he thinks that this wool hat is falling apart.
How's it falling apart?
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
Is it just well worn? Is it?
It's not even well worn. It's just he thinks it's falling apart and he's afraid it's going to fall apart. Yeah. So weirdo. I know. I'm like, honey, it's wool. It's gonna last a long time. It's fine. And he's like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, yeah, I'm positive that it's not going, it's wool. Unless we get moths.
Yes.
It's going to be fine. And
but even then, it's still going to last quite a few years.
And I mean, I wash it every season, or twice a season, especially because he tends to sweat a bit.
Yeah.
And I keep it clean, and it's going to last. But he wants one in gray. So I've cast on one for gray.
Awesome.
I'm working, he saw it and he goes, "You didn't get much done." I said, "It's cast on. Don't touch."
Sometimes that's enough.
And he knows that a hat I can
whip out quick.
Whip out like that. So
that's a good thing about hats.
And Claudia, if you ghost me, it's okay because I downloaded it.
As long as you download it, then you're good. Download it, save it to your Google Drive.
She's been in the Google Drive for a long time, so
yeah, you ain't going nowhere, Claudia. We got you.
Unless Google dies,
we got you.
Unless Google dies, we're good. So, yeah. So the Claudia hat, I'm making another Claudia hat. It's a Ravelry pattern. I'll link it down below, and maybe insert a picture
It's really pretty. It's kind of cabley, but like tiny cables.
It's a little tiny cable. It's basically you like cable one stitch in it, and then it makes this trellis, and then
really nice.
the decreases really kind of make the crown. I loved the hat when I first made it for him, and he's
worn it constantly. Like usually when it's cold, I always see him wearing that hat.
That gray hat. Now I have made him other hats.
But it's that green one, Claudia, that he really...
I made him, he wanted an orange and purple striped hat, so it was a really dark orange and a really dark purple. I made him one. He lost it. He has a purple hat that he says it's too thick. I don't know. So he only wears it when it's really cold. And then he has his gray hat, the one that's, what do they call that? That checkerboard?
Basket weave?
Basket weave, yeah. It's a basket weave hat that he really likes that one too. And but the green one, that's his like go-to. That's his favorite. He wore it days and days straight when I gave it to him. He just thought it was the most fantastic thing ever. It made me feel really good. So he loved it. So those are my whips.
Okay. I believe we go on to finished objects now. Finished objects. Okay.
I'm going to show you.
Well, those are more... I guess I have more fully finished objects now. So
I don't have any FOs.
Okay. Then I'll just go to my fully finished objects because I have a couple of those to show you. One of them is I finally did it. I finished pooping. I finished my poop. And he is hanging up in the bathroom next to the sink. So
not above the toilet.
Not above the toilet. I have shelves above the toilet.
She does.
So I just put him next to the Suck It Up Buttercup one.
Liberace.
Oh yeah, Liberace's on this episode of Batman. It's really weird. But yes, so I finally made a poop. He is really cute. And this was, again, one of those little kits from Michael's. You know, use your 40% off coupon. Have a ball. So that is really cute. And then my next FFO is... What's up?
Liberace's crazy.
Yeah, well, he's Liberace. So my next finished object is... I finished this a few months ago. I haven't blocked it. I guess that would be considered fully finishing and knitting. Whatever. All the ends are woven in, and it's usable. So this is a Hogwarts Express. If you go up closely, you see the owls.
There we go.
And with the little beads. This is the first time I ever beaded anything.
There's an owl between my fingers.
Yep, and you see his little beady eyes staring at you.
Yes.
Yes. So
there's owls along the whole length.
Yes. Owls along the whole length. And this yarn I was part of Forbidden Woolery's Harry Potter Yarn Club it was 2016.
Yes.
I think I did. For the whole year. And this was the first one, and it was called Owl Post. So, of course, I had to use it to make an owl-themed thing.
It's very owl colors, I think, too.
Yes.
Just look at those. It's just nice.
Yes.
And it's soft and squeezy.
And the glitteriness in it isn't too itchy. Because some glittery stuff can be a little itchy.
See? It's... I don't know whether it's psychological or what, but anytime there's anything like silvery and stuff, I can't. Wool doesn't bother me. But...
Stelina, glittery stuff bothers her.
Angelina.
But it's pretty. After a while, the glittery stuff goes away anyway, kind of.
Thumbelina.
And you just have the pretty little owls. So I love this one. I've got to block it, but honestly, I think it's fine without blocking too. I don't want to stretch out the owls too much.
You just lightly block that anyway.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Because of the cables, so.
Yes, but that was the first time I did beading, and beading is fun. So when I first learned about beaded knitting, I thought you had to string all of the beads on when you first cast on. You don't.
You can. You can. That is a technique, but you don't have to.
That is ridiculous technique.
I've done that.
I would never do that. And then somebody said, oh, you can, another technique is you just take a crochet hook and you hook it through the bead and then pull your working hoop up and boom, it's threaded. That seems way easier to me than keeping track of stringing a billion beads on in the very beginning.
Which is probably what, and pulling the yarn through your knitting while you're knitting, and you're not through the beads as you're knitting is kind of wear and tear on those beads too.
And it gets wear and tear on your yarn too. So basically the
That's what I meant.
method with the crochet hook, 1,000,000,000 times better. Don't find no floss threaders. Save those to floss your teeth.
Oh, no, you can use floss threaders to bead yarn when you're spinning.
Well, you can do that too. But if you're knitting,
I'm crazy.
Don't do that. It's
crochet
not worth
hook.
it.
A little tiny
steel crochet hook. You're golden. Mm-hmm. So those are my FOs.
Okay, so what's next on the agenda?
Do you have any FOs?
No, I have no FOs.
Okay, loot. Let's go to your loot since I've done a couple things already.
Haul.
I like saying loot.
Loot.
Fun.
We sound like pirates. Ho
yes,
ho.
Loot. Oh.
Yo ho yo ho.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
She's weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Christmas. For Christmas. Our friend Nora, the other knitting misfit.
Mm-hmm.
I have some other stuff in here to show.
Oh, fancy stuff.
Mm-hmm. She got me 2 patterns from Lila Studios. First, I'm going to show this one. Ish Libidish, because you should tell the people you love that you love them every day, but you should scream it at them in German because life is terrifying.
Ich liebe dich.
I think it's so cute. It's a small one. But then she got me this. Ready for it?
I think we're ready.
The freedom.
Let freedom ring.
Let freedom ring. You guys know this pattern. Ginger Gerald has stitched it. I believe. Who else is stitching this?
Probably quite a few people have stitched it.
Yeah, quite a few people have stitched this.
It's a neat little sampler.
It's huge. I knew it was huge, but I really didn't know it was huge
until you actually looked at it.
Until I felt the thickness of said pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes! But I am excited to do this someday.
Someday. It's eventually.
This is one that I will eventually stitch. I gotta find the perfect fabric and all that, but yeah. Thank you, Nada. You're so sweet. Okay, fabric of the month from Color and Cotton. It's so pretty, and this camera's just not gonna do it justice.
Yeah, the color the camera's making it look kind of purpley when it's really sort of a medium blue.
But she did show this in a preview on her Instagram, so she did a much better job of capturing the colors. Well,
even then, it was really dark on the picture. In person, it's pretty.
This is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I got the 16 count Ada. Okay, what else do I have to show you in my hood? Okay, some patterns. I'm slowly bringing the tub eBay. I ordered this lot. It was a lot of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 patterns. I got this for $5. It was a steal. And like $2 shipping. So $7, which is your average price of your pattern. So I don't feel too bad because these can come with me to stitch away on Wednesday and go on the freebie table, and whoever wants them can have them. Unless Annie sees one here she wants, she can take it out. But the reason that I bid on this was for this.
I like that one. That was worth it, I have to say. I like that one.
This was worth it for $7. We love knitting, and this is Elizabeth's Designs from 2011. This is the New England Woolworks.
Love it.
You got the flags, you got the sheep.
Little house.
the barn or whatever. Yes, I can just imagine spinning going on in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be great to work up, and once my craft room is done, put that on the wall.
Put it on the wall.
Yeah.
The little crick that runs behind there. You can
Crick.
The crick.
That's where you dump bodies when they piss you off, right? In the crick. Nobody finds them.
Well,
County line.
In the crick,
The crick.
it might not.
Might have Ebola or something. You never know about the crick.
I wouldn't dump a body in a crick because it wouldn't really float away. It would just kind of sit there and rot.
Tie rock to it. I don't know how deep is the crick.
Cricks aren't very deep.
That's true.
But I can just, imagine washing the wool back there in that little creek.
In the creek?
Yeah. So I got this. This one is staying with me. I kind of like this one too. In the Garden of My Heart. It's another Elizabeth Designs. I mean, it's kind of cute. It's a little.
Yeah, it's kind of cute.
So I don't know. This is a maybe. It's a little farm.
Mabes.
It's a Mabes. And then these are just, I would never ever stitch them. Under the Oaks by Barbara and Cheryl came in it. So.
Nice. I don't know if I'd ever stitch it either. Yeah.
Rooftops.
I mean, it looks nice. I just don't.
They look nice. I'm not saying. I mean, some of you people
Just
who
not our
like to
thing.
knit these, crochet these kinds of things. Stitch.
You're going through all your crafts.
I
Knit, crochet.
Knit, crochet.
Work these things.
This is CDA by a graph by Barbara and Cheryl again. This is Gentle Breeze by Color Charts.
Nice, just not.
Pam, you might like this one. It's got some sailboats in it.
Oh, sailboats are pretty.
I kind of like the little back to school, but I'm not teaching anymore, so I don't care. There's a little back to school sampler.
It's very dated, I have to say.
Yeah, a wedding sampler.
Yeah, I typically don't do wedding samplers, baby samplers.
And I kind of like this one. Under the Sun.
It's kind of like an Amishy
Yeah,
family.
it's kind of Amishy.
That might be cute.
I kind of like maybe
The geese.
less geese. But the woman looks odd shaped to me. I don't know.
You know.
Is it just me or? I mean, I think she's carrying something. Maybe another baby. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I thought it was cute. I kind of like just this like little boy here with the little kind of he's like leaving the family alone. doing his marching to the beat of his own drummer. Kind of liked him. So who knows? I could just stitch that little part.
Yeah.
So back to some of my eBay madness. So definitely be stitching the wool work.
Yeah.
So
that is cute.
Passing that on to Annie to stitch it as well. Okay. So the day after Christmas. The day after Christmas. I think it was the day after Christmas. We went to Half Price Books. We met my husband, me and Sahara and Jacob, and we met him. Yeah, it was the day after Christmas because she was off.
Okay.
Yeah, because she worked Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and then she was off, and then Yusuf came home. Anyway, we went to Half Price Books in Richardson.
Awesome.
We went to lunch at Udipi. Jacob likes Italy.
Awesome.
So, but I got these two books. I believe they're Turkish. Canavis is Turkish.
Sounds very Turkish.
Tea Time. And these are all the little stitches that are in there.
That's cute.
There's some really cute ones. And I thought, I am part of the ATC cross stitch group. So, who doesn't like a little thing? And I did my hand raise for the birthday one. So, these would be cute for a birthday.
Awesome.
And then I got food.
Just food.
And there's cakes and chocolate and tea and there's
cupboard there.
That's I do too. Look at the Baker boys and girls.
Oh.
And there's pizza.
Very cute.
What else is in here?
Just some bottles.
Look,
coffee. Ooh, a percolator.
A coffee with a percolator.
And a French
different kind of.
press.
I know I'm showing the patterns here, but oh well. Yeah.
You can't see it too well.
Send the cross stitch, please, after me.
Right.
Go ahead. I dare you.
Cocoa chocolate. There's some cute ones in there.
There's pie. There's like a sundae. Okay, so here's like little pictures of them all lined up. And these were at half price books, and they had other ones, but these were the two. There were like cute animals and cute birds, and these were the two I thought that there was stuff in here that I would stitch those.
Yeah.
And that is it for me haul. Oh, no, sorry. Before Christmas, Cranky Stitch. You guys should check her out. She has some cute ones. And I'm going to take them out of the wrapper now.
So you can actually
see them.
No glares.
No glares. I had to have these when I saw them. And she's like, somebody likes yellow. And I do. Usually I like green. But I got the Gnomi. Matryoshka. The cow. And a bunny in a cute little yellow dress. So, I was so excited when she posted them on Instagram before she shipped them, and she's like, these are going out to the U.S. Somebody likes yellow. And I said, it's me. It's me. And I got to see them before they got put in the mail. It takes a long time for shit to come from Australia.
Yeah. It's the other side of the world.
It is.
I hear the toilet water goes down the other way when you flush it, though.
You told me that.
I gotta see it.
I think we should go. And I ordered some thread balm. I'm gonna try it. It was $2. It's basically beeswax, but I mostly got it for my EPP. Oh, I didn't bring that pattern to show you guys.
English paper piercing.
Yeah.
And did you bring your fabrics?
No.
From Christmas? No.
Oh, I forgot to bring my fabrics. She got me some cute fabrics. I got them all labeled, and I stuck them in the bag with all my other fabrics, and tucked them in the tote.
In the tote. Okay. Next time.
Remind me, and I'll do them next time.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
Okay. Am I on to my haul?
You are on to your haul.
Haul, loot, whatever you want to call it.
You got all your needle minders out?
They're in my container.
Where's your container?
Somewhere. Right there.
Okay.
I've got a lot of haul, or a fair amount of loot haul to show. So, my first one, we went to Barnes & Noble. It was a couple days before Christmas. We had a coupon to use.
I'm sorry, I gotta stretch out.
She's gotta stretch out.
I'm getting stove up.
Yeah. Happens when you get old like we are. So old. So, I saw this Hello Kitty cross-stitch kit at Barnes & Noble. And I had to get it. It's Hello Kitty, and used a coupon, so that was pretty awesome. But it's again, one of those little kits that comes with a little bit of Ada and some floss. And I mostly get them for the little pattern books. So, let us take a look at the pattern book. And it has a lot of the Sanrio characters. Sadly, it does not have Gudetama. But you can do a little Hello Kitty head. And let's see, I believe this one has Choco Cat too. You can do Hello Kitty kind of walking. Look at her strutting her stuff. But I believe
when you crochet those, you can use your Hello Kitty needle minder.
You mean cross stitch them?
And use your needle minder.
That's Maru, the angry
whatever
badass
crap
penguin.
she decides to do with them.
Yes. And there was a Choco Cat. There we go. There's Mr. Choco Cat. I like Choco Cat a lot.
He's so cute.
He's so cute.
Is the frog in this?
Karapi? Yes, Karapi is in here too. Let me see where Tuxedo Sam is as well. Little chunky penguin. And let's see where Karapi is. Or as I like to call him, Karapi. Yes, Karapi is in here. He's a little frog. So, not a bad thing. What's the full price on this? $16.95. I think I got like 40% off or something. So, for the little pattern book, and I mean, it comes with just some floss and some Ada and stuff, which I'll probably use to sample these. But I mainly get them for the patterns and stuff.
Sketchy Ada.
Some sketchy Ada, but you know, again, if you're doing something, if you're doing like just a simple little piece, you're not gonna be stitching on for months at a time, then it's fine.
True, very true.
I mean, if you're gonna have a piece, heirloom quality, you're gonna stitch on it for months, you might want something nicer than that Ada, but
it's Hello Kitty.
It's a little Hello Kitty thing. So
What else you got?
let's see. I also got this in the mail this week. This is alternate. It's a lot of basically charts, colorwork charts that are kind of more modern-y than some of the old style Pharaoh. So yeah, there are all sorts of little charts in here. Let me see if
There's
I can
a
find...
few patterns in the back too, but
Yes.
it's mostly
like these. You got some mushrooms in here.
love mushrooms.
And those little leaves. Those are awesome.
I need a mushroom to go with my gnome now.
You need a mushroom.
Yeah, I need to look for a mushroom.
Here we go. This one Hanan likes because it's a poopin'
pig.
I like the hippos too. I thought they were bears at first, but that's a hippo.
The hippos are great.
So there are lots of fun, like more modern, little feisty patterns in here.
I think
this
the
one,
pooping pigs would make cute, like wrist warmers or mitts, fingerless gloves.
Yeah.
Would be cute.
This one, a lot of people online pointed out, it's brains. They're little zombies. That's pretty awesome.
I like this skull and crossbones. The more I see it.
There's more. Ooh, I like this cake or death.
Cake or death.
Cake or death, and there's a trash panda at the top.
Oh,
Or as they call him, masked bandit. That's a trash panda.
Trash panda.
That's trash panda. So this is pretty cool. I can't wait to pick a project and throw on some of these little. Ooh, I like the cacti.
Suki, check that out.
Those little cacti and spiders, and this one just has all sorts of neat little motifs. There we go. There's the aliens too.
And the bees, Michelle, look.
The bees.
The bees. Michelle's supposed to be trying to learn how to knit. So I don't know how. I haven't heard any updates on how that's going. So
colorwork's not that hard.
I haven't. I'll be honest. Haven't tried it. But Annie did wind my white yarn.
Yes, we're gonna be probably after the shawl we're about to start.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that in a little bit, but we'll probably start our bobble hat.
Which farm girl? She's made it. She wears it in some of her pictures on Instagram and in some of her videos when she's out doing some live shots from the barn. She had on. I was like, oh, that's a bobble hat. I'm supposed to be making that. But we chose our colors, and then there are two colors, white and black, that were standard in both hats. So we just got one skein. I bought one skein, she bought one skein, and we split it.
Yeah, because you don't need a full
We're
skein.
friends like that.
Okay, and so my next, this is from Hanan for Christmas.
Which was a regift of a regift.
It was a regift of a regift.
I was honest. I wasn't going to do it.
So might as well pass it along. I will do it because it's Star Wars crochet.
I want her to make me that.
And then you want the Ewok.
I want the Ewok. I love Ewoks.
I kind of want Jabba. I might make a Jabba, but I like these little kits that you can get from Barnes Noble or wherever. Because
you've shown your cactus, right?
I haven't shown my cactus.
We'll have to show this on another floss tube.
Okay, next floss tube I will show.
Because she got a kit just like this from Barnes Noble or somewhere.
Yeah, one of those places, yeah.
Or Half Price Books.
Did I? No, I think it was Barnes Noble.
Was it?
Yeah.
Because Half Price Books has these types of kits too sometimes.
Yeah.
Occasionally.
And you can find, it gives you some, you get like some stuff to play with, but I mainly get them for the little pattern books, which are so cute. So I got this.
And all the patterns are in the pattern book, so.
Yeah, and it just gives you the yarn. This one you can do
2, I think.
I believe you can do Yoda and a Stormtrooper with this little kit here. So that'll be fun to try.
Yeah, my daughter's friend gave that to her. She doesn't even crochet. She knows how to knit. Sahara can knit. But she's like, crochet? I don't even know. I don't know from nothing from crochet.
Don't know nothing.
So she's like, Mom, crochet. So she gave it to me, and I'm like, yeah.
Just not feeling it.
No. And I do crochet, and I have never done amigurumi, and I tried once. I have knitted some. I don't think it's called amigurumi if you knit it, but
it still is.
Is it?
As long as it's little characters,
Okay.
it's amigurumi.
So I've done a few little things, and they just kind of turn out wonky. So Annie's turns out beautifully. So I'm like, I'm just gonna give it to Annie.
I do a fake it till you make it philosophy, and I'm like, well, this looks bad. Maybe I'll just stuff it this way. It looks fine.
So when she opened it, I told her, I go, okay, complete confession.
It's a regift of a regift.
This is a regift of a regift, but I was never going to use it. So
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with regifts. It's cool. So my next thing, I also got, this is my first Color and Cotton fabric of the month. And I also got Oasis, but I got it in Belfast 32 count linen. Actually, do you still have yours up? I want to see the color comparison, because of course Ada is going to dye different than linen.
Yours is so much richer, I think.
I think because Ada is 100% cotton, and so it dyes differently than linen does, and so you can kind of tell. Mine's more,
you can tell a little bit. Hers is a lot richer,
a lot more. It has like more shades of color.
Mm-hmm.
Yours is more uniform.
Yeah.
And actually, also, I had to measure it because it said this piece is supposed to be 13 by 17, but before dyeing, so sometimes after dyeing things shrink. And I was curious, and it measured at 12.5 by 17. So it only lost 1/2 inch one way in the dyeing process. So I'm pretty happy with that, but if I want to do a bigger piece, like this is as big as it gets. And it's not bad. I can do a lot with this, but I might, for one of the months, go up a size in linen, so I don't know yet.
This blue reminds me of the blue Christmas that I got you last year.
Blue Christmas. Yes.
The ornaments?
Yes, the
That's
ornaments.
what this blue reminds me of.
Yes.
For some reason.
But it's pretty. I'm trying to decide what to do with this. And
see the Color and Cotton colors?
Huh? Oh, well, I haven't gotten to those yet.
I know, but I just want to see it. Show your moon. Show your moon.
Okay, are all 3 of them there?
No, where's the
Hold on, where's
powder?
There we go. There we go.
Oh my god.
Okay, so it was Miss Top Knot Stitcher.
This would look really good.
She was working, I was watching one of her floss tubes, and she was working on something, and she had this cute moon needle minder. And since I have to have all the moon things, I found one on Etsy, and I had to go get it. And I got the smaller one. It's a little smaller than I expected, but it's still a bright full moon.
It is beautiful.
It is beautiful. I might actually order one of the bigger ones from them in a different color. They had like a red moon, purple.
Oh, did they have? They had the blood moon.
The blood moon one.
Ooh.
So I might order one of those. But
I might have to get me a blood moon.
Yes.
I like blood moons.
Blood moons. So that was my moon needle minder, and I also, after my floss getting trapped at the St. Louis distribution center.
Mine was
for the
eaten.
post office.
I mean, the packaging was eaten. I was like, if my floss is in any way damaged on the inside, I'm going to be really freaking pissed. But my floss was fine. It was just the bag, the pretty bag.
But yeah, mine took like an extra week to get here. It was stuck in the St. Louis distribution center for the post office for like a week before it started actually moving. It was ridiculous. I can't blame the shipper. It was just the post office. And I mean, I understood it was a little bit before Christmas and there might be a few days delay, but it literally did not move from the distribution center for a whole week. So I was irritated. But I finally got it.
But she got her fabric in like a record time.
Yeah, I got my fabric in like 3-4 days or something like that. So these are my first flosses.
They're so pretty.
And I like them quite a bit. This one is Powder Room. This one is Eggplant.
Love that eggplant.
And this one is Midnight Blue.
Love
So I think I saw online somebody described these as French countryside wedding colors, and I'd have to agree with that. I'm not quite sure how they go with the fabric. I'm trying to debate how to use. I mean, I guess they kind of could. The Oasis just seems in person a lot brighter.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really know, but I love them regardless.
They're beautiful.
And I actually went ahead and upgraded because I was originally doing every 2 months. I'm going to do every month for the floss and just still get 3 skeins. And
I'm waiting on my Annies. Crazy Annies.
Crazy
Not
Annie.
her.
I'm pretty crazy though.
Oh, Star Trek's on.
Star Trek's on.
I'm waiting on it. I got the confirmation. I confirmed. So hopefully I'll have it when we come back.
Yeah. When you come back from your trip.
My trip. Okay.
Your trip. So,
is that all your haul?
No, I've got my more Christmas presents from Henene.
Needle minder.
Yes, these are. She got me a whole bunch of needle minders that I wanted, that I had on my Etsy wish list. Which my Etsy wish list is getting as long as my Ravelry queue. It's kind of scary.
So is mine.
So, the first one, this is a nice big one. It's Karloff the Uncanny in The Mummy. It's the movie poster from the original Mummy movie.
And after
with Boris Karloff.
And after watching Godzilla King of Monsters tonight, we both want a Godzilla
needle minder
now.
And apparently one shop on Etsy sold them, but she's not selling them anymore. We might have to just email her and see if she'll make us one.
Or we might have to just find the movie posters somewhere and
make them ourselves.
Yeah.
But that also takes effort, so I don't know.
Well, we were talking about making some anyway.
Yeah, true. So the second one is Miss Hello Kitty. So I can use Hello Kitty needle minder when I'm cross stitching Hello Kitty. So themed things are a thing.
Yes.
Is she cute?
She's so cute.
She is so cute. And in the same kind of motif as Hello Kitty, I also got a narwhal. Like narwhals. And then, I've got a whole bunch of needle minders in here that they're attracted to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So in the same like horror genre, I have a little Dracula book and Frankenstein. So, which one are we reading right now? Dracula. We're doing a read-along of Bram Stoker's Dracula.
While we do. Mina.
Yes. And that's
Should we talk about
next.
Mina now?
Yeah, we can talk about Mina unless... Let's see. I've shown my haul.
You want to show your chewed Q-snap over there?
Yeah, it's not really a haul, but just proof that my dog Minnie eats anything.
We talked about this like 2 floss tubes now, so we're going to show it.
Finally found the eaten Q-snap. Can you see that? Somebody likes plastic.
Thought she would taste the Q-snap.
Luckily, there was no project on this. I don't know why she ate it. It doesn't. I don't eat while I'm stitching, so there's no food residue or sin. I mean, it just smells like plastic.
Doesn't smell like anything.
So we have no freaking clue. I mean, I'll probably sand this down because it's really just that corner that she decided to sample.
She nommed it.
And she nommed it. So
that's an 8x8, right?
Yeah.
I actually
6x6, 8x8. I don't remember.
That's 8x8. 6x6 is small. I have a Q-snap that is missing one of its things. When we moved from the house and everything, it got lost. That joint might work in this one.
Nice. I don't remember if this is. I think this actually might be the Hobby Lobby brand.
Then it will probably definitely work. So I think it is too.
Awesome. Hobby Lobby brand Q-snaps work just as well as regular Q-snaps in a pinch, you know?
In our humble opinion. And I think that the people who are having issues with them, if they just stick them in the dishwasher, they'll be fine.
Dishwasher?
You put them in the dishwasher and those, the clamps.
Loosen up or
they come back to
the original shape.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, putting them on, taking them off, they stretch out, and the Hobby Lobby ones tend to stretch out more than the Q-snap brand.
I've used them a few times. I mean, I've only used them for the past couple of years. I haven't used them for 10 years at a time, but I haven't had problems. I
just put a piece of felt. I get the thick or craft felt at Joann's. I cut strips and I stick that under there. It seems to work just fine.
Yeah.
And I still need to get some of the dish mat. You know what I'm talking about. The shelving mat.
Yeah.
Pam and Steph use that, which makes kind of sense to me because if you've got the
helps make it grippier,
and you're not like getting fibers on your linen and stuff from the felt. So, which I haven't yet, but
I've used really thick folded over paper towels and stuff if I need to, especially if I have a section that I've stitched and I need to I want to protect it. I don't want to put it directly on the Q-snap. I've padded it with like just thick paper towels and stuff before, and it's worked fine. So
where's your bag?
Where's my bag? Bag's right here.
Woo! Here. Woo! We have matchy bags. Matchy.
We got these at Kid New a couple years ago, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it 2015 maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe 2015. Yeah, I think because last year we didn't go, or 2016 we didn't go. We were on our cruise, and 2017. We didn't go because I was on my cruise.
Right. So
I think 2015. It was the last year we were there. It's a fiber festival down in Boerne, Texas, which is kind of like a little northwest of San Antonio. It was 2015. Yeah, it was a little northwest of San Antonio.
In November.
Yes. It's always like it's like the second weekend of November. I think they always have it. I don't know. It's a cute little fiber festival. I mean, any excuse to go down to the hill country works great for me. So
it's like right outside of San Antonio. It's like
40 minutes northwest of it, off I-10. It's a cute little town.
It is
along the Guadalupe. And they hold it every year. Oh, gosh, I want to say it's like been 30 years or something.
Oh, it's been going on for a long time.
Forever. And they'll have they'll have some classes, and sometimes the classes are reasonably priced, which is unique for a lot of these fiber shows. Some of these fiber festivals charge outrageous prices for their classes, like really
and they
ridiculous.
Have good and it's not like your run-of-the-mill type classes that you get at these things. This is not like
a learn to knit class or a learn to knit cables.
No.
I mean, I think I took 1 year. Hanan actually taught there 1 year, years ago. She taught shuttle tatting, and I took that class just because it was her and because I needed work on my shuttle tatting. My husband has taught spindle spinning at one of these classes. So you have some of that. I took an inkle loom class, inkle loom weaving. I think Seth took nail binding.
Yeah.
So I mean, you have more unique options than some of these other ones that really rely more on the celebrity status of some of their teachers.
Because it's local or people they put out the
regional
call.
Kind of.
Yeah, regional, yeah, you're right. They put out the call for teachers, and I mean, we've had some interesting teachers. I took a backstrap weaving class, and my teacher, she stepped on a double pointed steel needle, aluminum, steel, whatever. It went into her foot. She pulled it out and was walking around. And I was like, can you please, like, go bandage your foot or go get a tetanus shot or
something?
Just get away
Handle
from me.
that.
Get away from me.
Yeah.
Right now. I kind of left that class early because I was
just done.
I was kind of weirded out.
Yeah.
But anyway, they also have a huge vendor hall. Sometimes 2 or 3. There's 3
There's
bars.
usually like 3 buildings.
There's three buildings going on, and then there's the animals. So in 2015, we were walking around and we saw these cute bags, and we wanted the bags.
Oh my gosh, aren't these adorable? Like kind of spooky, Halloween-y, gothic and stuff.
Yeah,
you gotta love
chandeliers, and it was just black and red. We just loved it.
Casey's Pockets to Go apparently is the person who made these.
And we wanted just the bag, but she convinced us.
It's a kit.
It's a kit.
It's a kit.
It came with the yarn. Get your yarn out. We traded tonight.
Yeah. If you're on my Instagram, I wound that yarn.
And I wound that one a couple of days.
And we switched because I like more glittery. She likes the plain. So this is for the Mina shawl, which is a pattern.
I have the pattern.
Yes.
I'll show it.
Yeah, go for it. Of course, Mina, like Mina Harkness. Is that her last name?
Yeah, I think so.
Mina Harkness from the Dracula novel.
That's it. Well, we're doing the small one, so I don't think there's a picture of the
But
small
it's
one.
just imagine that, just smaller.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what it is. So it's got like cool little hearts, and since this is a gradient yarn, we'll start at the top with the bright red, and then we'll fade into the dark, super purpley red, the blood red for the hearts.
And it has beads, and I have decided to do the red beads. I might throw some black beads up in the bottom. I don't know.
Just mix them up.
I was thinking.
Yeah.
So I got the red beads to do my.
And it has, so other than the sizes, you have a small and a large size you can make. The pattern also, you can knit it without beads, with a small amount of beads, or with lots of beads. And I think I'm going to go for the lots of beads options. I actually, when I was beading on my Hogwarts Express, I really liked beading. It was kind of fun. And so I think I probably got these beads for another project from Beadaholic online.
Mine just came from Joann's.
Yeah, so I was looking online for some pretty ones, and I like these dark red ones. So I'm going to do the lots of beads option.
And I'm going to break in my new needles.
Look at these.
That I got 2 years ago.
Feast your eyes on the beauty.
These are Carbones, aren't they?
Yes, the Knitter's Pride.
Knitter's Pride.
They're carbon fiber
needles, yes.
And it's an interchangeable set.
Beautiful.
Interchangeable set.
Beautiful set.
And that's Knitter's Pride, I believe.
Yes.
Knitter's Pride. And we got that during the DFW Yarn Crawl like 2 years ago. I would say that was 2015 as well. 2015 was a great year to buy stuff. Was it 2015 or 2016?
I think this was 2016.
Actually, 2016. Okay.
Yeah, these are Knitter's Pride.
Yes. Because the place we went that always stays open super late for us.
One night during the yarn crawl, she stays open all night long.
Yeah. It's fun, so we like to go there because, you know, I like late night stuff.
And she has a yarn. She had a yarn samplings and she had a needle sampling that night.
That was really fun.
She's done different crafts. We've made big, huge corsages out of yarn. That was fun.
Mm-hmm. And she had all of the interchangeable sets that she sells at her shop
all set up
on like a big long table and with yarn on them, so you could go by each one and knit on it and see what you liked. And she also was having it. All of the interchangeable sets were 25% off.
25%
for the rest of the year, and this was in the yarn crawl's usually in August.
And you got from August until January
to buy.
Yeah. So she even went past Christmas. So
August.
If your birthday was between August and January, you were good.
Yeah.
You could get. She would send a reminder to your husband or whoever. Mm-hmm. She's awesome. She's also the mayor of the town.
Yeah, it's a little town.
It's a very little town. Farmersville?
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Farmersville.
It's great. We'd like to go up there.
Yes. So
it's overwhelming as hell because
it's a huge
building. It's a huge old building, and it's literally yarn from ceiling.
Floor to ceiling.
To floor, wall.
And 2 levels.
To wall.
It's 2 levels. Well, no, the third one is her
apartment. The third level is her apartment, which is beautiful because we've been up there too.
Yeah, she opened that up one time during one of these late night events. So I don't know if I'm doing the DFW yarn crawl this year, but I always liked going to her place like late at night.
I might just do her and Quixotic.
Maybe because we love Quixotic too. She's a fun
They're
one.
worth it. They're totally worth it. Everybody else. I mean, I love everybody else. Don't get me wrong. I'm not dissing anyone in the DFW.
Yeah, that's
area.
not our point for talking about any of this at all.
But we just the service and the friendliness,
service and quality of product,
yeah.
The layout.
Mm-hmm.
We like some stores more than others. I was actually really mad this past yarn crawl because with these yarn crawls, a lot of the stores will stay open extended hours because they know they're going to get a lot of traffic.
A lot of traffic. And my big thing is I work full time. And that's the thing is that a lot of these stores know that there are people like Annie and me in the past who we work till 6, 7 o'clock. And we can't...
We can't do this normal housewife hours, pardon the expression, but that's what I consider it. You're open from 10 in the morning till 5 during the week. You're excluding a lot of people who work during those hours. Mm-hmm. And if you're only open Saturday, not even Saturday and Sunday, but just Saturday for a few hours, well, the stuff I don't get to do during the week, I have to get done on Saturday.
Right.
So you're really not catering to me then either. So luckily, a few of the yarn stores in town actually have extended hours.
Yes.
And they're open Saturday and Sunday, so that really helps for people like me. So I really appreciate that.
A lot of them during the crawl will stay up until 9 o'clock.
Yeah, because they know there's going to be extra traffic. And so
it's worth it to them.
know, I mean...
So at least one day during that, or it's because it's 2 weeks, right?
It's 10 days total.
10 days total, so...
It's a Friday 1 week until Saturday.
2 days during that time, they stay open late.
I mean, some of
a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, or they'll
do extra,
hours.
or they do extra hours on Sunday because West 7th is usually closed on Sundays,
yeah.
And she opens on Sundays during the crawl, both Sundays, and the place up in here, Louisville.
Yeah, Fiber Lady.
They usually close early because they're a mill, which I understand them closing early because they work hard.
They manufacture. They don't only have a storefront. They also manufacture to send to other places.
So it's a very busy place all the time because and they're working hard because that's not an easy job.
Well, my thing actually, I think even during the year she'll be open some Sundays or extended hours.
So she does have one day during the week where she stays open late.
Yeah.
But she's amazing. She stays open during the crawl later hours, and so we appreciate that. And then of course the mayor, she does her.
Yeah.
I think she did 2 this past yarn crawl.
Yeah, it was both. It was Friday into Saturday.
She did 2 late nights.
Yeah.
During this past yarn crawl, and she's crazy, but we love her. And
we're crazy too, so it works. But my thing is to get back to the story. So I worked during the week. So when I looked at the passport to see what stores were open, because most of the time I would have to wait until the weekends to go to the stores. And so if there was one open during the week later, I can go to that one real quick. So I don't have to, so I have more time to spend at the other stores on the weekends.
Get off, go.
Yes, and then I'm done. So one of the stores in town is always open till 9 on Wednesdays. I was able to hit them up real quick. And then it was Thursday, there was one store in the Mid-Cities that was open till 9, and then another store in Dallas that said it was going to be open till 7. It was actually printed. I drove all the way out there, and by the way, this is after I got off work, rush hour traffic, to find that they had closed at 5. No note on the door saying, hey, there was an emergency, we had to close.
We'll be open tomorrow.
We'll be open tomorrow. Nothing like that. It just said, closed at 5. And apparently I went on their website and those were their summer hours. And, I mean, I'm not going to try and justify why they would do that in summer. I would think you'd have extended hours during the summer, because there's more free time or, you know, what have you.
People have vacations.
People have vacations. You have people coming in from out of town. I don't know. But it really pissed me off. So, I mean, I contacted the lady who does the DFW yarn crawl, and she was very understanding about it. She went back in her scheduling to see if she maybe missed something. She didn't. She said she had confirmation several months ago from the store saying they would be open until 7. But I guess between when they confirmed it and when they changed to summer hours, I guess they didn't get back to her and let her know. But either way, it was really frustrating because, again, I work all the time. It's not like my money is any less green than anybody else who doesn't work during the day who can go to these stores, you know. And so, but I made myself happier by going to the other yarn store that was open until 9, and I spent money there.
There you go.
I spent a lot of money there. So, you know that Pretty Woman scene?
Mm-hmm.
I was here yesterday, and you guys didn't like me. Huge mistake. Huge mistake. Huge. And walked out.
Huge.
So, yeah. Don't forget, there are some of us who...
So we're boycotting them right now.
Yes. So don't forget, there are some of us who work during the week and want to spend money too. We do crafts, so at least try and cater to us a little bit.
Yeah, we said
That's
if we ever had a shop, we would keep later hours, just open later.
Yeah.
If you're a housewife, you can come at 1 just as easily as you can come at 9.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
So
yeah, that was I mean, the lady who did the lady who runs the yarn crawl, she was very understanding about it. She actually sent me like a skein of yarn as I'm sorry this happened. Apparently she got a complaint from somebody else too. So she was really nice about it and really sweet about it, but I just don't know if I'm going to do it this year, mainly because another thing is because, you know, I'm trying to cut back on yarn purchases, you know, especially since I'm into cross stitch now.
We have
and that's a lot.
Between us, we have enough yarn
forever
to last us.
Forever, ever.
Enough yarn, enough fiber.
Forever, ever.
You know, I still have like 20 pounds of buffalo fiber in my storage unit, right?
Good job.
20 pounds of buffalo fiber.
Now I've got a lot too.
It was a gift, one that I didn't give away because it's buffalo fiber. $60 an ounce for buffalo fiber. I'm not giving that shit away.
Right. Amen.
It's unprocessed, but
this tea tastes way worse after it's cooled down. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
You should try it.
Yeah.
Oh, you should show that off too.
Oh yeah, I guess I do have an FFO.
This was years ago.
Years and years ago, I knit this little coffee.
That's a cross stitch. Quit mixing your crafts.
We need to quit talking about what we're doing. It's flosstube.
Cross.
I cross stitched this little biscornu
Coffees.
for Annie.
Coffees with death rays.
And I gave it to her.
Because I was going to put a hook on it and use it as an ornament for the tree.
She was. She still hasn't found the other one I did for her.
This little green one, I remember.
Yeah. But I don't remember what I had on it, but it was cute. Anyway,
Coffees.
So a little coffee donut or biscornu. These are actually fun. I recently heard somebody on a floss tube talking about cross-stitching a biscornu, and she was going to send it off to Vonna to have it finished. Don't send it off to Vonna. They're
really, like super easy.
They're super easy to stitch together. I did this sitting at I had that,
or something.
Yeah, sitting at Starbucks. It's super, super easy. It's really, really not hard, and you can do it. So if you watch us,
do it, we believe
I don't remember who you were, but if you're watching this, you can do this yourself. You do not have to send this off to Vonna to be finished. I promise. You can do it. If I can, you can. Yeah, there are really great tutorials online on how to finish a biscornu, and I love them. They're fiddly.
Yeah.
They're a little fiddly, but
she likes fiddly.
I like fiddly, hence my nickname.
Fiddly shit.
Fiddly shit, her name.
name.
So, yeah, little teeny biscornu, so much fun. Little coffee.
And I'm like, I don't really need a tiny pincushion, so I was like, let's put it on my tree.
And we thought that was a great idea.
It's an ornament.
So it became a little tradition. Yeah, giving Annie something before Christmas to hang on her tree.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't send it to Vonna. Don't pay that money. You can do it. I promise.
Not that we're against people making money.
Not that we're, yeah.
Not at all.
Vonna, we love you. We're not trying to drive business away from you.
Not trying to get onto your...
But I'm telling you, they can do this. You know they can do it.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
I mean, you do tutorials to teach people to do it themselves, so I'm not really, doing anything that you're doing yourself.
Yeah, I'm sure you can handle this.
So, yeah, you can handle it, I promise. This was really cute.
Yeah,
I think
cute.
Annie provided the stuffing for it, even.
Yeah, gave her a little dime bag of polyfill. I was like, that's what we called it.
Because, I mean, this is the only thing that I had to stuff, like,
you're not going to buy a huge thing of polyfill for that.
Annie, do you have polyfill? And she's like, yeah. I go, can I get a dime bag worth?
Dime bag of polyfill.
And she brought me the whole bag. I
just fluffed some out, and it was all good.
Fluffed some out, stuffed it in there, stitched it up, and
it's cute.
Gave it to Annie.
Yep, it's mine now. So, we're actually making good time here, unlike most of our other.
I know, right? So, do you want to do the 10 things?
Yeah, but I only have 5.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's 10 things about us. She has 5, I have 5.
Yeah.
So, we started the last official flosstube number 4.
We did 10 things each.
We did 10 each. This time we have 5, so we still have 5 more if we can think of them over the next couple of weeks. So,
yeah, we'll be good.
Go. Number 1, Annie.
Number 1. I'm the only one in my family, both sides, that does any sort of crafting. A lot of people say, oh, I learned this from my great aunt Millie or my mom or whatever. I was mostly raised by my great grandmother, and I know she had an old sewing machine in the attic, one of those like treadle singers or whatever.
God,
I would love to have that.
Kill for that.
But at least when I was growing up, I think that part of her life was behind her. She didn't really sew anymore. So I'm self-taught on everything. My mother can hand sew pretty well when she has to. She has to sew a patch on something.
Your mom did needlepoint.
She's done it before, but she doesn't do it on a regular basis.
Okay.
I mean, I think people in my family sure have picked up stuff and tried it, but I'm the only one that's really stuck with everything. So I don't have a long pedigree line or anything. I am my own person, sprung forth from my craftiness all on my own.
I, however, this is my number 1, come from a long line of crafty women and musical men. My mother did everything. She did not knit that I can recall. My grandmother knit. My paternal grandmother knit. She embroidered, beautiful embroidery. My mom embroidered as well. She did gorgeous work, like photo finish type shit. It was
State fair stuff.
yeah. She could have like taken home all the ribbons because it was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I remember a shirt she did for my brother. It's a Western shirt, and the yoke across the back. She did mushrooms, and she copied these mushrooms from a page of an encyclopedia.
Oh wow!
And she just used our markers and colored them. Not markers, or color pencils.
Yeah.
Matte pencils is what we used to call them back in the day. And colored it in, and then she sat down and stitched it on a black piece of cotton.
Nice.
His Western shirt was black, and the yoke. She just took that piece after she had it cut out, embroidered that shit on there, and sewed up and she obviously sewed. She made all of my dad's shirts. She made shirts for my brothers. She made things for me. My aunt was a sewer. I remember my Aunt Carmel knitting. My Aunt Vivian cross-stitch. If I can find it, I'll show you. She made me a bookmark for my graduation.
Cool.
And and the men in my family played instruments. My father was a drummer. My uncle was, I had two uncles, and my father, well, it was a great uncle, an uncle, and my father were in a band together. My father played the drums. My great uncle played the saxophone, and my uncle played the bass. And they also did mariachi at some point. I've got some pictures. It's hilarious. So
awesome.
Yep. Okay, number 2.
Okay, my number 2 is I don't like chick flicks. I prefer action, comedy, sci-fi. Just when you start to get into this romantical stuff, a little bit of it I don't mind, but I'm not into a lot of that. Jane Austen, no. I don't get it. I don't swoon over Mr. Darcy. I mean, I've read the stuff. I've seen some of the movies. No, I'm not into the Regency era stuff. I'm sorry. I turned in my girl card. It's cool. I'm proud of it. I'm a nerd. So
I, however, totally am. I love Jane Austen, obviously. I joined the Jane Austen. I am listening to the audiobooks while we stitch. I have watched 2 versions of Sense and Sensibility since we started. So, yeah, I'm totally a girly girl. I do, however, like comedy, some sci-fi, and I do like a good action show. I do like a good action.
Blowing stuff up.
Blowing shit up. Oh, and cars going. I'm a car girl. Oh, I should put that as my thing.
Well,
I should have.
You should save that for the next 5, but now you can't.
Yeah, I can. I can talk about it later.
Okay.
I can talk about it later.
So.
Okay.
Number 3. Number 3. I'm scared of plumbing.
She is.
So when I think it traces back to when I was real little, and I was living with my grandma in Kansas City, and in Kansas City you have basements. Some of them, like basement, like dirt floor, it was like part of the foundation and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So my uncle was working on stuff in her house, and I went down into this room in the basement, and I could see like the toilet pipe coming all the way down from the ceiling, and it was so dark and creepy, it creeped me out. So I don't like pipes. Like, I don't like to look under a sink if I don't have to. Like, I think one time my hand brushed up against the U-pipe and it just creeped me out. I don't like looking in the back of toilets, like in the tank. So if for some reason it's not flushing, I have to call my husband in to fix it. And recently we just got our dishwasher replaced. And my husband was cool enough to install it, and he took care of the plumbing portion while I was not here. And he was able to get it all installed. I found the directions for him. I can read about pipes. I just don't like to look at pipes. They creep me out.
It's true.
And sometimes they make weird noises too.
They do.
Like gurgling.
They do.
It's really creepy.
And yeah, I can see how you would have gotten freaked out as a little girl in the basement.
Yes, with a huge.
Because I'm not a big fan of basements either, and I don't know I don't know. Well, I guess it has to do with growing up in Oklahoma and tornadoes and having to be down there. And I just really didn't see how they could actually be safe with all that shit that's down there. But okay, that's where we were.
See, I mean, I thought it was cool because it's especially in the summer, it's a lot cooler in the basement. So
Yeah.
it's like partially underground and stuff.
But those pipes that are running over your head are weird.
But, well, I mean, this was only in one room. So, like, the basement Grandma had in her house, it was almost like a complete copy of the floor plan upstairs with different rooms and everything.
So not all the rooms had exposed pipes.
No, not all of them did.
So some of them. See, in the basements that I've been in Oklahoma, they had...
all of them kind of...
Yeah, it was just like... It was just underneath, and they just didn't, like, finish off the flooring. Yeah. And so... You could see all of the pipes like running this way, that way, and
yeah, that's a little creepy too.
Yeah, I bet I'm not terrified of pipes. I don't like them, but yeah. Okay, my number 3 is I love to read. I have loved it since I first learned about the library about the age of 5. My mom thought, you know, it was time to go to the library and get a library card when I turned 5, so I had a library card. It was awesome. So I grew up going to the library pretty much every week. Library, take your books back. And I don't know if I ever told you this, but I thought when you went to the library, you had to start at one shelf and work your way down.
Of course you did.
I was 5. Come on, give me a break.
Right.
And then finally the librarian told me, because I lost my place, and I was like really upset. And she told me, no, honey, you can go anywhere. And these are your...
read whatever you want.
These are your reading level. Okay. Well, I could read.
Yeah.
And I wanted to read different things. So my mother actually had to come and sign a note that said she can get books from the higher levels. Because... whatever, I don't know what they had.
Probably some of deal with more mature subject matter. Or something.
Weird rules. Yeah. And then I outgrew that, and I wanted to start checking out adult books that were downstairs because I heard about this book and I heard about that book and I wanted to read that and I wanted to read that, but they were downstairs in the adult section, and I wasn't allowed. Again, my mom had to go sign a little piece of paper saying it was okay for me to go. To use her library card to check out books downstairs because they would not give me a card because I was too young. I wasn't 13 or whatever the magic number, whatever the magic number was to be able to check out books downstairs. I wasn't old enough. So Mom went to the library again and said she has permission. And there's a little note that was attached to, because you know the library cards back then were those little cards, and they wrote in and they stamped and everything. So
do we decimal yo?
Yeah. Yeah, I love the card catalog. I still like going to the card catalog.
They smell good.
They do.
They smell good.
Libraries smell good. I love libraries. I love a good old musty library. Oh my God. Or a good old musty bookstore.
Yeah.
Hours.
And apparently that smell is supposed to be dangerous or something. Because I know years ago.
Dangerous?
Yes.
Because it's like.
It's some sort of chemical, basically, that in large amounts can be toxic. I have to find the information from it, but I know like some state, probably California, was going to pass a law against selling used books because of that chemical, which would put places like half-price books out of business. So that's not cool. I think we're okay. I've never known anybody to die from smelling a book.
I love to smell books. Like, I love my Kindle. Don't get me wrong.
A good book, though.
Along with our Mina, we didn't mention. I guess we kind of did. Yeah. We are reading
Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Because I always say it wrong.
Yeah, because I want to say Stroker. That's dirty.
It's dirty.
Bram Stoker. As in Toker, but Stoker.
Bram Stoker's Dracula.
And it is public domain now, so you can get it on Project Gutenberg, which is where I got it from.
I got it free on Kindle, so.
Yeah. You can also, I think Barnes & Noble had because they've always had those nice leather bounds.
Oh, they got a beautiful
They have kind of like a poly, it's not leather, it's kind of flexible.
Pleather.
I guess it's like a type of pleather or something. I don't remember what they called it. But it was really fancy, and it's only like $10, but I'm going to try and save some money right now, but eventually, if we ever get a bigger house, My husband and I would like to have a big room that's a
library.
full library, you know, ceiling to floor, built-in shelves and stuff, and we
Yeah, I
would
send
start
her
doing
pictures.
this.
I send her and my daughters pictures of libraries all the time. It's like, I want to live right there. See where she's sitting? That's where I want
Yes.
to live. Just put me a bed, and I'll be happy.
Yeah, but as of right now, we have a small house, which I love, but it's limited space, so I have to be careful what books I bring in. So it's like, do I really need to buy this book, or can I just do the e-version? So right now, Dracula is the free version from Project Gutenberg. So if anybody wants to read along with this,
Join us.
go for
The
it.
Mina shawl is on Ravelry. I will link it below if you want to join us on our knit along. Mina shawl, Cal, K-A-L, knit along. So if you guys want to join us,
We'll start hashtagging it.
we'll start
Mina Shawl,
hashtagging it. Read along. Just hashtag Dracula. Bram Stoker's Dracula. Just kind of do that. We'll just kind of take it over. It'll be ours.
Yeah, we'll have
So
fun.
she started chapter 1 last night. I
Yes.
read a little bit last night, but then, like I said, I was like totally distracted.
So,
Insomnia vision.
Okay, so the first chapter, I don't know, how long has it been since you've read it?
It's been a while.
It's been a while for me too, and I don't know if I've ever read it fully. It's just one of those things. I'm like, did I read that? I'm pretty sure at one point I've read it.
Well, I started to want to read it again when the distracted Stitcher said she was reading it, and it like totally creeped her out, and I was like, I don't remember it being so creepy, but
I remember the movie,
maybe
with Gary Oldman in the early '90s,
Mhm.
which was it's supposed to be the most faithful to the book.
after we finish the Mina Shawl, we should watch it one night. Turn off the lights.
Totally.
Okay.
Bela Lugosi, listen to them, children of the night, what music they make. So yeah, the first chapter, I'm like, bruh, you have all these country folk
Telling you.
crossing themselves, telling you no, think of your mother. You should maybe go another day. And he's like, oh, I got business to do. And I'm like, but you know, country people know things. They know more stuff than you do sometimes. So maybe you shouldn't go to this guy's castle.
They heard the banjos.
I'm just saying.
Don't do it.
Just saying. And they described like the guy that basically his coach meets the coach that he's supposed to take. And they described this guy, his eyes were blood red and his teeth were like fangs. And I'm like, you don't think maybe you should
Not getting that.
rethink this? Because normal people don't have fangs. And your eyes can be bloodshot.
Too much booze will do that.
Too much blues will do that.
But fangs.
I mean, being an accountant during January, that kind of does that.
Fangs.
But I can pretty much assure you, my eyes themselves, my irises aren't red. They're green. You probably can't tell right now, but they're green. So and then you hear all these wolves howling around you.
Yeah, no.
At what point?
No, bro.
Do not pass go, son. So I'm gonna
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Stay your ass there.
I mean, go visit. I mean, Transylvania seems like a wonderful place. Just stay away from this big busted ass castle.
Did you like how they spelled Budapest in the book?
Yes.
Did you notice how it was spelled? Like it was
That's
hyphenated?
the old way to spell it.
I was like,
But yes.
I was like, what?
I mean,
So I haven't got that far. Like I read the first little bit.
my husband.
He had chicken paprikash. They called it something else.
It's paprika chicken. They called it red pepper. And I'm like, oh, red pepper flakes? I'm like, no, it's paprika.
It's
A
chicken
good smoky paprika is good.
Yes, a chicken paprikash is what he had. Anyway, so number
I
4.
just did 3 on mine, didn't I?
Yes, you gotta do number 4.
I gotta do number 4?
4.
Okay, my number 4 is I don't like earrings.
She doesn't.
I don't.
Neither
See,
do I.
my ears, I have nothing in my ears right now. Except maybe some wax. Maybe some hair or whatever. I don't know. But I had them pierced when I was younger. My mother had them pierced. I was like 9 or so. And I just never liked the way they felt in my ears.
I'm moving on to Topo Chico.
Go for it, because the tea is gross. But
dang, that shit's still fizzy.
Topo Chico. This is a big Texas thing. Apparently, Topo Chico was just the bottling rights were bought by Coca-Cola last year sometime. So you might see this in more places in the U.S. now. Topo Chico. I don't normally like mineral. This is good. This isn't Perrier. This isn't LaCroix. This is good mineral water.
This is hard stuff. I mean, not like liquor, but this is not your frou-frou.
Not Perrier. It doesn't have that weird dry taste.
Anybody who has ever been to Morocco, Topo Chico is equivalent to Wilmès, which is a Moroccan naturally sparkly
Spring water type
yes,
thing.
It's wonderful. But yeah, Topo Chico, and I've had this open since about 6:45.
When she came
7.
over here, yeah.
It's still
Fizzy.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it's still got a lot of fizzle in it.
Fizzle. So yes, Topo Chico. Anyway, so back to the earrings.
Mhm.
I never liked the way they felt. My hair would get caught in them, and my hair is crazy. It's always been crazy, and that's just the way it's going to be. But I've never liked them. I think they can look cute on other people, but I just don't like the way they felt, and I never felt they added anything to my appearance to really justify ever getting my ears re-pierced. So
I, however, used to rock the 80 earrings.
the giant hoops.
The big hoops, the big buttons, the big just
Everything.
Chandeliers.
Yes.
Yeah, with my curlies and everything, and
Oof.
yeah, they would get stuck, but I didn't care because it was
I
the
didn't
thing.
like the way they pulled on me. It's
Yeah,
strange.
but after a while, I couldn't take metals in my ears.
What did it just have an allergic reaction? Or?
I've tried gold. I've tried. My daughter Sahara can only wear pure gold in her ears, like literally. It's got to be 18 or above. She can't. Anything less, she can't. It's got too many
Impurities, kind of.
impurities in it. So she wears when she does wear earrings, she wears clip-ons. I don't like them because they feel like somebody is like pulling on my ear.
Which is what they're doing, really.
Yeah, but my number 4. I once or twice thought I was psychic. It's true. When I was in 8th grade, I told my mother I was psychic. She told me I was crazy. And I said, no. We're reading The Grapes of Wrath at school, and I know what's going to happen. And I haven't read ahead. She just looked at me, and she's like, like moms do. Children, honey, I read that to you when you were 5.
So you've heard it before.
I was like, what? Okay, so when I was growing up, there was afternoon kindergarten and morning kindergarten.
Yeah.
Okay, I did not go to morning kindergarten. I went to afternoon kindergarten because my mom would stay up really late and read. My dad worked for the railroad, and she didn't like being at home alone. She didn't like being home alone, so she would stay up late and read when he wasn't home. And so I would go and crawl in bed with her, and so she would just read whatever she was reading out loud to me. So, yeah.
She read The Grapes of Wrath.
She read The Grapes of Wrath to me, and I knew what was going to happen. She also read of Mice and Men. And so when I figured out, because we were obviously in a Steinbeck phase at school, of Mice and Men, I went home and I said, did you read me Mice and Men too? And she's like, yeah. I was like, okay.
Not psychic.
You're not psychic. The second time I thought I was psychic, I was probably 17. And I was listening to an oldie station, and American Pie came on, and I was like singing along, and I was like, wait a minute, I've never heard this song before. And I called my mom. I said, Mom, I'm psychic. And she's like, we've been over this before.
Yeah, you're not psychic.
You're not psychic. And I go, but I know this song, and I've never heard it before. She goes, that was your brother's favorite song, and you used to stand in between me and your brother in the car, because back then there were no like safety rules and you could do shit like that.
You just throw your kids in the trunk, it's fine.
Yeah. 10 kids rolling around the back of the station wagon.
All
Nobody
good.
cared. Riding in the back of the pickup truck. So
Yep.
And yeah. So again, not psychic.
You tried though.
I tried.
You were hoping.
I was sure I was psychic. Just was not. Apparently, I used to sing just the bye bye pie part when I was
Bye bye pie.
3.
Pie usually does say bye.
Bye, bye.
Pie's good.
Bye,
pie don't last long.
Bye bye pie. That's
Bye,
what
bye,
I'm
pie.
saying. And I would request it because apparently it had an 8-track.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So the last one for me, number 5, is I have really small feet.
She does.
They're a little wide, but not wide enough to even wear like normal wide shoes. So they're kind of in between. Normally like a women's 6.5 is what I have to wear. Sometimes I go up to 7 just because, like I said, my feet are wide.
Well, that's why you can wear my boots that I gave you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for somebody who is my size, I have really like ridiculously tiny feet. And from some of my friends, I have a friend who is also big like me, but is maybe a couple inches taller. She's like 5'5". She wears a size 11. She has like huge feet. That's Monica. Monica wears a size 11.
I never noticed.
Yeah, she's got
Dang.
big feet.
Girl got some feet.
She got some feet. And,
Hobbit feet.
like, it doesn't, like, it makes no sense as to, like, how feet end up or whatever. But I remember I was part of, like, this sock knitting exchange one time. And this lady, you have to give, like, the size of your feet in inches and stuff. And I was like, okay, I measure, it's 8.5 inches. That's how long my foot is. And she messages me, she goes, are you sure this measurement's right? Because my 11-year-old daughter has like 9.5-inch long feet. And I'm like, yes, that measurement is correct. I do have just really tiny feet. And yes, most young girls wear bigger shoes than me. I think
Sakina has tiny feet. So
most of my, I think like all of my sisters, I think we all wear about the same size from like age 10 onward.
Must be good for your mother because your sisters ride, don't they?
Yes, but we don't share boots.
No, I mean, I know you don't share boots, but the smaller the size, the cheaper the boot.
Not always.
Not always?
Not when it comes to equestrian boots, so.
Oh, I thought. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Well, my number 5, I believe in ghosts and E.T. It's true. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up, I was having a sleepover at my house one night. And now, this my mother believes because she saw him too. Not the same night. She saw him on a different night.
Mm-hmm.
The ghost. We had a ghost. My mom called him George. George was a Confederate soldier, or I don't know. He was a soldier because he had a soldier's hat with the little braids that crossed in front. You know,
Yeah.
You know which hat I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sitting at our table. I woke up. My bedroom was off the dining room. We lived in an old kind of, I guess it was a Sears and Roebuck type house.
Mm-hmm.
So you come in, there's the living room, the dining room, the kitchen, and then there was a bedroom off the kitchen. There was a bedroom off the dining room and a bedroom off the living room. And there was Jack and Jill, one bedroom, one bathroom, Jack and Jill, from my room to my parents' room. Okay, so the dining room door, the door from my room that led into the dining room was open, and there was a man sitting at the table with his hat on. And I thought it was my daddy. And I was like, Daddy? Didn't respond. I'm like, okay, why is there a strange man sitting at my table?
Right.
The room was kind of an eerie haziness to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I got up and I started walking towards this man sitting at my table. And I said, Daddy, and then he just vanished. He was not there. It's like, okie dokie. So I told my mom the next day, and she goes, oh, yeah, I've seen him before. I was like,
NBD. Big deal.
I was like, what?
That's George.
I was like, what? She goes, yeah, that's George.
He ain't bothering nobody.
And I'm like,
sitting
Mom,
at the table.
there's a ghost in our house, and you've seen him.
He was here first, probably.
Yeah. I go, you've seen him, and now I've seen him.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a little weird. And she's like, George isn't going to hurt anybody.
Mm-hmm.
He just, he built this house. It's his house. He just comes and he goes as he wants.
Yeah. Let him.
All right,
He's not a poltergeist or anything. He's not knocking things over.
No, he was just sitting there doing his
creeping
thing.
you out.
Yeah, scaring us.
Know.
Then, extraterrestrials.
You had an anal probe, didn't you?
No, I've never been abducted, but I've seen some weird things in the night sky. I'm just gonna say. Like.
Were you smoking something?
No, I wasn't even high or drunk.
You
I
were.
was just, I've seen like these flashes that go like this and then they're just gone. Probably a star, but probably logically, I think.
I'm undecided about aliens.
I've decided that, okay, ghosts could technically be jinn, which are another creation of angels, jinn, and humans.
In Islamic theology,
In
those are
Islam.
creations of Allah.
Yes, and others that are not mentioned. It clearly says this in the Quran.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so George and E.T. exist.
Ghosts, I don't know. I think the description that made most sense to me is that they could be souls stuck in purgatory, which is something that Catholics believe in.
Mm-hmm.
Which kind of makes sense because they're kind of having to stay for a while before they move on.
But purgatory is a place. It's a place between here and there.
Well, it's a plane of existence.
It's a plane of existence.
Which could be parallel to this world.
I've always heard that purgatory was a place between here and there.
Yes, but a place is different. A place is like, down the street. It could be it's a realm of existence.
Okay.
And that realm could be parallel to ours, which,
Cross
if you,
occasionally.
believe in multiple dimensions and stuff like that, that would make sense. So that's probably the most, for me personally, that's probably the most, not to get too deep or anything on flosstube, because that's kind of ridiculous. But that's always the explanation that made most sense to me, and I'm like, I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't know if I believe in ghosts. Could just be pipes making noises.
Could be.
Which is really creepy.
But that doesn't explain George.
Huh?
That doesn't explain George.
Could have been half asleep. Could have been a dream.
My friend saw him too.
Your mother saw him.
And my mother saw him.
It could be like the psychic thing. Y'all heard similar things and y'all brought it together. Like if you hear somebody tell you a story, you could have a dream about it later that night.
True.
It's a psychological thing.
True.
So it could be.
But I was having a sleepover with my friend and we both saw him. We were both awake.
Or
we were not high. Drunk.
There's different explanations. The human mind is more complicated than any of us really know. So there's all sorts of things
This is very, very, very true. So
I don't know about aliens yet either. I won't exactly be heartbroken if they are real, and I'm not heartbroken if they're not. If they're there, cool. Hop in, dork. Let's get off this rock.
But we totally believe in the chupacabra.
Yeah, I believe in the chupacabra. I've seen. So she apparently saw a Confederate ghost sitting in her kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
or her dining room rather. I've seen shit on the road that looks weird.
I saw it too.
Driving late at night, you're like, is that a coyote? Is it a standard poodle? Is it a bear?
Huge.
It's big, creepy looking things. So yes, the chupacabra.
Yes.
I think the chupacabra exists. So, I don't know. We all have to pick what things, I guess, you want to put your belief in or whatever.
Okay, I know what one of my things for the next one's going to be.
Okay, don't tell us now because then you can't use it next time.
I can't use it next time.
That's cool.
We're done.
Are we done?
We're done.
Okay.
So we talked about Mina, we talked about Dracula, hashtag Mina Shawl Knit Along.
KAL.
And the hashtag Dracula, Bram Stoker's, I said it right?
Yes, you did.
Bram Stoker's Dracula for the read along. And the Mina shawl I will link below. I think might be $10.
I don't even think it's that much. It might be $6
It
to
might
buy
be $6. It's not that of an expensive a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And join us. And if you don't want to knit the Mina shawl, just Stitch and Misfits. Stitch and Misfits KAL. And knit what you like, because that's generally how we do our knit-alongs.
Yeah. Now, there is a really cool, also Dracula-themed shawl that I want to do. I believe it's called Dracula's Bride. Have you seen that one?
No.
That was the Beta Cabra that Henry was going to try to do.
Oh, the Beta Cabra.
That's a beautiful shawl, too. But that's a little more intense than Mina. I'm going to stick with Mina for right now.
Mina has a companion. I think it's by the same designer. Which I already put the pattern away. It's by the same designer, and it is called Dracula, and it's a stole. It's a long one.
Yes.
I think you knit the two ends, and then you Kitchener in the middle, which basically means you sewed them.
You graft it.
Graft it. Thank you.
You
graft the. I'm sorry, I drank Topo Chico. You graft the two sides together so that the patterns are going the same.
Mm-hmm.
So when you wrap it around in the front,
they match,
they
kind
match.
of. Nice.
There's one going this way and one going this way.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool Dracula-themed patterns
there are
out there.
So you can just do, we can just call it the Dracula cowl.
Yep.
So knit what you want.
Knit what you want, stitch what you want.
Stitch what you want.
Dracula-themed
Like
crafting.
I said, when the Misfits do a knit along, we cast on this. Our plan is to cast on the same day.
Yeah. Get started on the same day.
And knit what we like. Like, we will do a sock knit along, and we're all doing different sock patterns.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have some sort of unifying theme. Like, this is a unifying theme of Dracula. Vampires. But not the sparkly ones. Let's not.
What was that?
Say no to glitter tits.
Say no to glitter tits. There's a meme with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. And it's from Interview with a Vampire, and it's them talking about Edward and his family of vampires. It's like, they're glittering. What is that shit?
That shit is not normal.
Yeah, it's some hilarious meme that I love it. I think it's hilarious. every time I see it, it's like, yeah, that shit's not cool. So, vampires don't sparkle. Sorry, Sahara, but vampires don't sparkle.
Yeah.
Okay, on that, I am going to say goodbye, flosstube, from
Stitch and Misfits. See you in a couple weeks.
See you in 2 weeks.
When Homegirl gets back from her Stitch Away.
Going to Stitch Away, and
God, why am I still drinking this?
I don't know. Going to Stitch Away. Look for us on Instagram. We're gonna go live
next Saturday night, maybe.
Next Saturday night, maybe. Yeah. And if not before, one evening. I'll be in communication with Annie while I'm there, sending her pictures of shit.
Awesome.
So, like we said, be on the lookout for us going live on Instagram together.
Yeah.
And, or just me. While I'm there, I'll probably be posting stuff. So.
Yeah. Find me something cool, okay?
I'll find you something cool.
Awesome.
I promise.
Sweet.
And then we're both registered for StitchCon! Misfits are coming.
Sorry.
Look out. We're
not really. No, not really. Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Whoever watches this, like 3 people or whatever.
Yeah.
It's mostly the people we know.
StitchCon, we're coming. We're so looking forward to it.
It's gonna be fun.
Yes.
We might even bring the shaker.
We might bring the shaker, girl.
For this.
We're gonna have a car so we can go get the things.
Should we shout out to people at the very end?
Sure.
Okay. Crafting Korea, Maggie. Hi, Maggie.
Hi, Maggie. Hey, I figured it out, Mags. We're good. We're gonna do the. I know how we can do it. We'll talk about it on WhatsApp.
How to do what?
To invite Maggie for the.
If we want to do a 3-way.
A 3-way.
A 3-way. Woo-hoo.
Woo.
Oh, that's dirty.
Get naughty up in here.
Naughty. Anyway, let's just stitch in with the
Dotson.
Hi, Sherry.
Sherry.
You're cool. We wanna come down to Killeen and visit you sometime. Is that creepy?
Can we come and stalk you?
Can we come stalk you? Can we go to the needle workshop?
Yeah.
That's in Copper's Cove.
Yeah.
Yes, we need to hook up because we're not too far away.
Yeah, message us on Instagram because we would love to come and hang out one day.
Yeah, have a weekend. We can go down to Austin, look at some needle workshops, and we can hang out. That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
So,
who else? Pam and Steph. I'll see you on Wednesday. Well, I'll see you on Friday because you're not coming until later. But
East Coast Crafter.
East Coast Crafter. You're so cute.
Did
you see her picture on Instagram all bundled up?
Yes, I don't blame you. She's in Maine. That's like the Arctic Circle practically up there.
Yeah. Annie said I was going to freeze my tatas off.
She'd have to go to the doctor and get new ones installed.
I said that's okay if they're perky and I can install
lasers or something.
Lasers.
Maybe strobe lights.
It's
like a discotheque.
Then we're going to take it on the road. She's going to be my manager.
Woohoo.
Who else?
Who else?
Who else?
Bendy Stitchy.
Bendy.
Bendy.
We always shop Bendy out.
Oh my gosh, shout out Bendy.
Oh, Top Knot Stitcher.
Top
She's
Knot Stitcher.
coming to Stitch. She's coming to StitchCon.
Awesome.
Oh, you know who else is coming to StitchCon?
Who?
She's from Australia. Mish Stitch, the
Miss
one who did
Stitch.
my donut.
Oh yeah, the Yo Donut.
Yo donut. The
Yoda
Yoda
nut.
donut.
Yoda Nut.
She's coming. Of course, Drew and Phil Weasleys. Love the Weasleys. You boys are fantastic. Loved their video the other day. Their breaking news. You guys got to keep doing that. Just make up news. I don't care.
I went to work today. Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
I love your breaking news.
Survived.
I love your breaking news stories. They're so cute.
Hi,
And the
Coco.
fact that the dog jumped up on this chair, that was hilarious.
Yeah, our Minnie was behind us here for a minute,
And then she
judging
left.
us, and then she left. But
She didn't
my
wanna be a
old
part
lady
of it.
Chloe came over here.
She didn't want to be a part of our video.
Old lady Chloe's licking my toes. I'm not going to pick her up because she's old.
All right. I
So.
guess, anybody else?
I think we've covered everybody.
Everybody? I think we're good.
Yeah.
So we're going to say see ya.
Sayonara.
And look for us live on Instagram sometime next week.
All right. See y'all later.
Bye.
Bye, flosstube.